Namaste. Crispy Bucket Singh here. I'm here in ATX, Austin, Texas, and it's summer, and we're into simmer. It's like 100 plus. It has been, it will be. And so it has made me think about points of resistance, um, points of gross sensation, things that happen in the practice. Uh, Always trying to learn from the environment, the larger yoga mat, so to speak, get off the sacred colored rectangle and actually take the lesson into life. And so I recall early on my introduction to the practice. I actually really hated it. The first class I went to, I really had a strong emotional response to not digging it at all. So significant, in fact, that it made me investigate it throughout the rest of the day, made me really think about it. And kind of calling on my life lessons, calling on the faces of my fathers. I listened to that voice inside that said, when you meet some great resistance, greet it with persistence. Because that amount of emotional response, that amount of resonance, that it stayed in me and that it created that much uprising during the practice obviously meant that there was an effective piece to it, or an emotive element that was worthy of more attention. And so, to be honest with you, the reason I got into yoga and then got hooked on it is I wanted to figure out just what was happening to me, because I didn't enjoy it. So I'm fortunate. I've been a person who's been coached or mentored or taught or trained or raised up to understand that at that point of great conflict is often a point of really good opportunity. And so to dive into that and really look at it. And how does that map into today, into the practice? There's always a place we get to, often in the asanas, where we will find that physical resistance to going any deeper, not wanting to bend the knee any deeper in the lunge, not wanting to hold the weight any longer in a weight-bearing posture. Just not that it's about the mental state, but more just about the gross physical sensation that rises, that it feels so overstimulating that we'll do anything to avoid it. Moving in and out of a deep lunge will oftentimes cause so much sensation in the quad. You see people figuring out ways to either distract themselves out of it or straighten the leg out of the practice, relieve it, when in reality the muscle's not about to go. It's the mind that's gone. It's the subtle monkey game inside where the chatter has built up so greatly that we'll do anything to get out of that pose. That's what it feels like being outside today. I've actually been outside doing some gardening because that's one of the things I'm into, and I'm eating out of my front yard. I recommend trying it. Maybe we'll talk about that again at some other point. But yeah, converting useless lawn into excellent food source, and after 3 years, pretty much eating daily out of the front yard. So I dig that. But it causes me to be outside, to do stuff, not to have a choice to avoid it because the tomatoes are ripe and you're going to pick them today or they're going to burst and rot tomorrow. So I've been really trying to, first of all, slow down and move more efficiently, as I talked about in a previous video, but also to really go out there and greet that horrible resistance to how hot the heat presents itself as this blanket. It's like a muffler when you walk outside, like having somebody rub something really warm on your face immediately. And so instinct naturally is to avoid that or not to want to go outside, but I keep trying to slow down and greet that resistance with some persistence. So in the practice, is there a place where you get to where you just don't go any further? And I'm not encouraging you to go past the point of anatomical safety, structural compatibility with the asana and your physical abilities. But there's a place where we go where our body could go further, where we have the stability and the flexibility in combination to safely move deeper into the asanas, and we simply don't. Or shall I say, in like a long-held posture, pigeon, everybody's big favorite, you could be there another 10 breaths. You just choose to boogie because it's so gross on the piriformis. Well, what is that? What is that gross sensation? And what is your resistance to it? And can you, for that moment, maybe take yourself metaphorically on the level above the breath, where you watch the breath influence the experience of the sensation, and you use that to examine what the resistance is about and create a subtle persistence to carry you through. So don't wilt. Don't give up. Don't back away. And of all things, just don't stop engaging, because the environment has changed or the sensation is too gross. Find a way to do what's worthy and continue forward and greet the resistance with persistence. Give thanks and praise. And, you know, it'll go away after a while. There's a period in January where it's like cold and icy and everybody's like, oh, I can't wait for the summer. Well, here you go. Comes around, goes around. It'll be back. So dig the sensation for what it is. Simmer. Simmer in it. Simmer means slow. Simmer means long. Simmer is steady. Dive in. Give thanks and praise. Namaste.